Okay, we're going to try this audio one more time. Hoping you guys can hear me at this point. We're following what the campus is telling us is a credible threat at Chattanooga State Community College, which is on Amnicola Highway. Okay, thank you for letting me know that that audio is now up. Again, this is our live shot of the campus at Chattanooga State Community College. We have multiple crews there where a tiger alert went out from the college saying, get indoors as soon as possible, shelter in place, and lock your door. That was from the community college to its students and staff there. Again, this is on Amnicola Highway. So what we're going to do is we're going to try to pull up different elements to give you an idea of what's happening. This is our crew that is right at one of the main entrances on Amnicola Highway. We are waiting to hear from law enforcement to get some confirmed information, though we do know that a lot of different agencies there are responding. So we know that they are investigating and they're trying to figure that out, although we know that parents and students and different people want notifications and information as soon as possible. So as soon as we hear from law enforcement, we will definitely let you know. So again, this is Chattanooga State Community College that we're hearing from. I'm just going to go over here and make sure that we can see if Chattanooga police have sent anything into our newsroom. This is our News Channel 9 Stream Center, so we're doing this as it's live, as it's coming into our newsroom. So you'll see me kind of look to the side and see and try to see what information we're getting. That's our News Channel 9 drone that you can see there in the shot. Okay, give me just a second as we look up Chattanooga Police's information to see if they've sent anything into our newsroom at this point. Okay, nothing from Chattanooga Police yet on their social media. Again, all we've heard from so far is the Chattanooga State spokespeople at this point who said they were investigating a credible threat. And then we do have the different alerts that students were sent as well.
I'll make up something. Yeah, as soon as they're done with this. We got it for us. Listen. We know shit.
Okay, so this is a look. You can see here right above me in the screen, Chattanooga Police blocking the entrance to Chattanooga State. I do want to go just through our News Channel 9 web story that we have right here. Again, law enforcement responding to a credible threat on the campus of Chattanooga State Community College. You can see there, that's the Chattanooga State alert that they sent out to students, telling them get indoors as soon as possible, shelter in place, and lock your door. That came out at 9:52 a.m. to students and staff there. That's really all the confirmed information we have right now because this is such an ongoing situation. Do you want to see if I can give you just a bigger look here at this camera? So that we can show you the scene there at Chattanooga State. We also had our drone in the air. We're waiting to see if we can switch our feed, possibly to see what our drone crews are seeing as well. So we're going to take a quick break here just while we wait for a little more information to come in and do a little more informational gathering. We're going to leave this live shot up for you, and then we'll be back when we have a little more information. Okay, you are looking at a live camera from the campus of Chattanooga State Community College. I want to bring my colleague Maggie Weaver in now. Maggie, can you hear me okay?
Latricia, I can hear you. Thank you.
Great. We can hear you as well. Maggie, you're down the street just a few moments from our station on Amnicola Highway. We know there's a credible threat at the campus. What are you seeing there on campus right now?
Yes, ma'am. So right now we are currently seeing that Chattanooga State is on a complete lockdown. They're not letting any cars in here. I'm going to kind of pan the camera just a little bit where you can see that there is police officer presence, cones blocking the entryway here. Cars are not being allowed onto campus right now as this is a lockdown. I can tell you a little bit more too about kind of our surrounding area. Right now we're across the street at a gas station where there are many concerned parents that are really just right here in front of me, all kind of waiting to hear what's going on. Again, this is a credible threat, but we don't have any other word about anything confirmed. I apologize. The highway is also very busy right now. Any other questions for me, Latricia?
Yeah, Maggie, what are some of those parents saying that they are hearing from some of their students? And we want to be careful here. We know that there's a lot of wrong information going out just as these situations go. So, as far as what they're feeling, that sort of thing, what are they hearing from students?
Definitely. So I actually was just speaking to one mother who her daughter and some other family members are currently inside the school. Um, she did tell me that their daughters are on lockdown, that they are safe at the moment inside a classroom. And so right now, really, they're talking to them over the intercoms, is what the daughter is saying to us, kind of making sure that they're aware. These people that are inside the building are aware of what's going on. But really, the overall the mood here right now is very stressful. I would say that these parents are very concerned and just want to know that their kids are safe. And so I do know that Chattanooga police right now are sweeping the building, is what we were just told by Hamilton County Sheriff's Office. And so they are working to get that information for these concerned parents right here in this parking lot.
And again, let's go over. We do not have any confirmed reports of anyone being hurt. We do not have any confirmed reports of anyone being in custody. We do not have any confirmed reports of any shots fired. That's important to know at this time. All that we know is that there is some sort of credible threat and they are looking for that information. So, of course, when these situations happen, there is a lot of fear. But I want to put out there what we know we don't know right now because we don't want people to think that there's information there that we're not telling them. Again, police are going to do their job first. They're going to figure out what the scene is. They're going to sweep through there and talk to the students and the people that are directly involved, and then they're going to report that information out. Maggie, we do also know that there were some alerts sent to students this morning. Have you been talking to parents about those too?
I'm so sorry, Latricia. It cut out just for a second, as that I know that happens with live streams sometimes. Ask that
No, you're
question
good.
one more time.
Yeah, and those sirens are loud behind you too, as well as that road. Talking about the alerts sent to students and parents, have parents been telling you about those as well?
I did have a parent say that they got the alert, and really, I feel like that's why a lot of people are here across the street right now, and that's, it's good that they were able to get those alerts out, is kind of the feeling that I'm hearing from those parents right now. Of course, still concerned. It does sound like they were able to get that communication, though.
Good, and not going too close to anyone who's emotional, but can you just show us how big the crowd is of parents gathering there? What amount of people are we talking about that are at that gas station waiting to hear some information?
Definitely. I can tell you that I'm seeing right now at least maybe a dozen people, maybe more. As we're speaking, more people are pulling up. Parents waiting at the gas pumps, have their scanners on, listening. Parents on the phone. Actually, I'm watching a mom right now on the phone with her daughter that's inside. And so that's, I would say, probably a dozen parents or so just at the moment.
Yeah, and of course they're concerned. Parents who aren't able to be there are calling our newsroom and writing into us asking for more information. What you're seeing in the top left corner of your screen there, guys, is a view from our News Channel 9 Skycam, which is our drone that's showing you campus. We did see a moment ago an ambulance going around, but we don't know if that ambulance had anyone inside. We don't know if it's their staging just in case. Again, so try not to jump to conclusions just from what you're seeing on the scene. We're just showing you this as it happens. Maggie, we're going to let you go and gather some more information, possibly talk to some of those parents. And then if you can, let us know when you have something and we'll bring you back in so that you can let everybody know what it is.
Definitely will. Thank you.
Okay, thanks, Maggie, so much. Maggie, one of several of our crews that are there on the scene. Let's just recap for you what we know here. You're looking at a live shot now from Chattanooga State Community College in Chattanooga. It's off of Amnicola Highway, which is not very far from our station at all. This is our web story here on newschannel9.com that you can see shows the most information we have. Again, Chattanooga State Community College spokesperson Nancy Patterson telling us this morning that law enforcement is responding to a credible threat there on campus. That's really all the confirmed information that we have. We do know that the entrances are being blocked off to the campus right now, and it's on lockdown until further notice. Here's a look at some of the alerts there that went out to students this morning. Get indoors as soon as possible, shelter in place, and lock your door. So that came out at 9:52 a.m. We're at 10:40 a.m. right now, so we're about to be on an hour that this situation has been going on. No word right now from Chattanooga Police or any other law enforcement agency that is on the scene of what they found there yet. So that is something that we do not know. Again, we're gathering information there, and we will bring you more as we know it. For now, I'm going to step off here for just a moment, let you look at that live shot and see if any other agencies have sent us information in there. And when we know a little bit more, I'll come right back to you and bring you that information. Okay, I wanted to come back on here and just take another look with you at this aerial video from our News Channel 9 Skycam. This is drone video from the campus of Chattanooga State Community College, just off Amnicola Highway in Chattanooga. They are on full lockdown this morning after receiving a credible threat. That is all the confirmed information they've told us right now. We do not know of any shots fired. We do not know of anyone injured or any confirmed gunman. All we know is that we're being told there is a credible threat. You can obviously see a huge law enforcement presence there of multiple agencies, as well as ambulances and fire first responders too, all on that campus as they search to see what kind of situation they are dealing with. This is not far from our station, and we have 3 different crews there. There is a media staging location at the 911 center, which is also on Amnicola Highway. This may be one of the reasons they were able to get there so quickly. It's just the proximity of the 911 center to this community college campus, which is very short, less than 5 minutes there. So you can see a huge law enforcement presence. I'm going to start that video over. That's a clip that we have. Again, this is not live. The other camera you're seeing on your screen with the police car in front of the Chattanooga State sign, that is live. That's a live look at the entrance right there that is not open to people going onto campus right now. We know that they've asked students to shelter in place. They sent an alert to students this morning at about 9:52, and we're almost at the hour mark there since the situation started. So obviously a lot of parents wanting confirmed information, and all we can give them right now is that there has been a credible threat at the college. That's according to a community college spokesperson. So you can see our drone video, which is on tape from about probably 20 minutes ago, and then you can see the live camera there that we have going. If you were with us just a few minutes ago, you heard our News Channel 9 reporter, Maggie Weaver, talking about just waiting to see if that's some information from police. Okay, yeah. So we just got information from Hamilton County EMS that I want to read you now. Chattanooga State main campus is on lockdown. Avoid the area until further notice. Area law enforcement, fire, and EMS are all on the scene investigating. More information from Chattanooga police is forthcoming. So that's what we've been waiting on. Any information from Chattanooga police, we have not heard from them at this point. We're waiting to see what they can tell us. The confirmed information that we have so far has come from Chattanooga State and their spokespeople. So I'm just going to go over here as we continue to gather information to see if they've posted yet on any of their social media. That's Chattanooga Police, and I'm not seeing any updated information yet on their social media. So we'll continue to monitor that. Again, our News Channel 9 reporter, Maggie Weaver, who is on the scene, joined us just a few moments ago and said that there were a group of parents gathering at a gas station across the street on Amnicola Highway, waiting to get any updates about what was happening, if this was some sort of actual situation or if it was still a threat at this point. Obviously very upset, tense, waiting to hear. Most of them were talking to their students, Maggie said, who were on campus, and were hearing from their students that college officials were coming over the loudspeaker in the different buildings and different rooms and giving the students information about when their buildings would be cleared by law enforcement. So there does seem to be good communication from the college university to the students that are there on campus. We're hearing that again from parents who were talking to their students, but have not been able to access them yet because no one is being allowed to go onto campus, as you can see from that live camera, as they are closing off the entrance for now. So we're going to continue to watch Chattanooga Police Department's social media and waiting to see what they send us. We also have a crew at the media staging area, which is just down the street. So as soon as we have more information, we'll bring it to you right here. I'm going to step away and let you watch these live cameras as we continue to watch for law enforcement info on this scene at Chattanooga State Community College. Okay, we're coming back here live to you on Facebook, Twitter, and YouTube and other platforms as well to bring you all that we know about the situation going on at Chattanooga State Community College in Chattanooga. It's just off Amnicola Highway. I do want to show you our drone footage that we have from our News Channel 9 Skyview there. This is not live, the drone footage. This was from about 30 minutes ago. The other camera you're seeing is a live look at the entrance of Chattanooga State Community College. I am going to bring our reporter, Mary Beth Mangrum, on with us in just a second. She is getting on here to StreamYard, which is what we use here to broadcast to you live from different locations. You can see the Chattanooga State College campus there from our News Channel 9 Skyview and all of the emergency responders that are there. There's Mary Beth. Mary Beth, can you hear me okay?
Yes, I can hear you.
Okay. So Mary Beth, you first left our station when we got word of this, and you, like we've been talking about, this is very close to our station. You were there in just a matter of minutes as you were actually driving to another story. Tell us what you saw there on campus when you were at that location.
Yes, yeah. Well, even before I had started driving that way, Latricia, I used to go to Chattanooga State myself, and so I got those emergency alerts when they were sent out. So at 9:52, that first alert went out, telling people to get indoors, shelter in place, and lock your door. Just a few minutes later, they sent another one out. And then as I was driving down Amnicola Highway, I saw fire trucks blocking off the entrance of Chattanooga State. There was quite a bit of traffic blocked off. Thankfully, I was able to pull in to the gas station across the street. And it was then that I talked to people there who said that they had children who were inside of the building, family members who had been texting them and telling them that the school was currently on lockdown. And so that's when we really became aware of what sort of situation we were dealing with.
Yeah, and just such a huge emergency response. Again, what agencies do you remember seeing there?
Yeah, so the Chattanooga Fire Department was there, Chattanooga Police, I believe Hamilton County Sheriff's Office was there responding, as well as some EMS personnel. But for the most part, all we could see once everything was cleared out, it was the fire department who stayed at the front of the entrance, blocking it off and only letting through traffic.
Gotcha. And as you said, making a tense situation for those parents who want to get to their kids who had started class already, and they're blocking off that entrance as they're trying to figure out just what's going on there.
Yes, yeah, I spoke with a mom on the scene who had just dropped her daughter off. And it was then she had pulled into the gas station and realized that something was wrong when her daughter texted her after.
Now, Mary Beth, we can see you're not at Chat State anymore. Tell us where you are and why you went there.
Yes, so we got information that there is currently a media staging. Right now we're at the Hamilton County 911 Emergency Communications Center. We don't have any information just yet. We're still waiting for them to come back and address us and let us know a little bit more about what's going on. But until then, we're going to stay right here, and then we'll let you know as soon as we know more.
And like we said, you did leave, but the two scenes there are where the media staging is, where you are, and the actual campus of Chattanooga State Community College, very close to each other, right?
Right. Yes. It took me a minute to get from one to the other.
Awesome. And you said, or we saw there some sort of podium maybe set up inside, hoping at some point that law enforcement there will come up and give us some information.
Right. Yes. Our photog Logan, he told me that there were people in the room, but they did go, and I believe they're getting ready to speak to us. So we should be expecting that here any minute.
Great. Mary Beth, thank you so much. We're going to let you go and get ready in case that happens, and we'll watch your social media feeds for that information as soon as we can. Thank you, and we'll look forward to more information soon.
All right. Thank you, Latricia. I'll let you know.
Okay. Again, so that was Mary Beth Mangrum. She is at the 911 Center for Hamilton County, only about a minute, she said, away from this scene. As we wait to hear from any kind of law enforcement for some confirmed information there about what is going on at the campus of Chattanooga State Community College on Amnicola Highway, very close to our station here. What you're seeing in the large video frame there is our News Channel 9 Skyview drone video. This is not live. This was about 30 minutes ago, just surveying what kind of response was going on campus. You can see lots of police cars there at the entrance. In another shot there, you could see different ambulances and fire trucks staging, waiting to see if they are needed. You can see at this point lots of officers out of their cars talking to each other. There's the shot I was talking about. We'll pause that there as we kind of look for it. So you've got Chattanooga Fire Department trucks. Again, their headquarters is right near where Mary Beth is, so they're very close to that. You've got ambulances here. Some people in our comments were saying that means someone's hurt. They have ambulances. At this point, we have not been told that anyone is hurt. You can know, though, that when these big events happen, they send lots of different first responders to wait and see if they are needed or not. So that doesn't necessarily mean that someone is hurt yet. We'll wait to hear confirmed info about that. Now, I do want to, let me just switch over here my screen. Give me just a second. To pull over here. Let's see if Chattanooga Police has put anything out yet on their Facebook page. Not yet. That's still the last post there from 21 hours ago. But one of my producers did let me know that Hamilton County EMS, like we said earlier, was the first government organization here besides Chattanooga State to give us any information. 42 minutes ago, they posted Chattanooga State main campus on lockdown. Avoid the area, law enforcement, fire, EMS, all on the scene investigating. More information from Chattanooga Police is forthcoming. Again, that was 40 minutes ago, so we're still waiting on that information to see exactly what we're dealing with here. You can see our live shot there, our crews working to try to gather all that they can. I'm going to step out. Again, from the shot, do a little more digging into some social media pages and emails that are coming into our newsroom. And again, if we get that shot up from Mary Beth, a shot of what's happening for the press conference, we will bring it to you. So I do want to come back to you. One of our viewers here did let us know that there was an update on the Chattanooga State Community College page. So we do want to show that to you now. About 7 minutes ago, Chattanooga State Community College posted Chat State still on lockdown while police are making a sweep of campus. That was at 11:04. So not a lot of information, but telling us that this scene is still active. Obviously, as we can see, law enforcement there. And all of our information this morning has been coming directly from Chat State itself. We have not received any official word from any law enforcement agents yet. So again, Chattanooga State still on lockdown while police making a sweep of campus. We heard from our reporter Maggie, who was at that gas station where some parents are, that a lot of people were talking to their students on the phone, and we're hearing from the students that college officials were coming over the intercom and giving them direction. We're going to see more what we can learn and still wait for that word from Chattanooga Police or Hamilton County Sheriff. We assume it will come from Chattanooga Police since this is in city limits. And as soon as we get more info from there, we will bring it to you. Okay, we're coming back to you now live in the Stream Center. This is drone video of the area there, and I want to bring back in News Channel 9's Maggie Weaver. Maggie, can you hear me okay?
I can hear you, Latricia. Thank you.
And Maggie is in a parking lot across the street from Chat State with two students. Maggie, where were they at when they started hearing that something was going on?
Latricia, I'm actually here with 4 students. I'm sorry, my arms are not long enough, but you guys can tell me really, you guys were in the parking lot when the alert went out, and some of you got the text, but not all of you got the text. Can you tell me a little bit about that?
I didn't get the text, so I was about to go in. I had just arrived at Chat State, and I was scrolling through Snapchat, and I saw it on Snapchat. So at first, I thought it was just a gas leak because that's what it was portrayed to be. But then when I figured out that was not the case, I leaned all the way back in my car and was very scared.
I bet.
And Maggie, we're having a little bit of trouble hearing you guys when the phone
Okay.
isn't very close. I know you don't have one of those microphones, so if you can just, get a little bit closer to
A
them
little
when
bit
they
closer.
talk.
I'm so
Yeah,
sorry, guys.
Okay.
Okay, so you were in your car. You said that you didn't get the text, but you saw over Snapchat.
Right.
And I guess just being scared in the moment was kind of what you were thinking.
Right, because you don't tell people to lock their door if it's just a gas leak. So
yeah, there wasn't a lot of information. I guess I know they probably did the best they could, but like you kind of send something like that, you kind of should specify like what it is. You know what I mean?
I understand. Now, as far as you guys were telling me that you were able to get out of the parking lot, tell us how you did that.
There's a side lot over there that was not blocked off when people were coming out. It wasn't the main entrance, so.
Okay. And y'all were able just to, as soon as you got the text, you were able to just leave. Okay. As far as the two of you, I'm going to introduce you over here to a couple of other students as well. Can you tell me did you get the text?
No, I figured out from a group chat that we're all in for like our whole, like with all our classmates, and like they just told us to either like stay in our cars or just to leave and park somewhere else for now. And we didn't really know what was going on at first, so we started like asking around and like looking on social media a little bit more. And then we figured out that there was a possible person that was armed and stuff like that.
Okay.
So then I just like decided just to come here in case like if it was just like a gas leak, if we could go back to class, just to be here just in case.
And Latricia, I do want to tell you, so all 4 of these women are students here at UTC. Not UTC, we're at Chat State. I'm so sorry. My brain is everywhere at the moment, just because of the high stress and anxiety, of course, that a lot of people have expressed to me around. Latricia, do you have any other questions for us? Oh, Latricia, I cannot hear you. I apologize.
There we go. Can you hear me now? The only other question I have is, do they have any contact with students that are in the campus right now, and what are those friends telling them?
Gotcha. Friends inside the campus, and if they're talking to you right now about what's going on.
There's still half of our classmates are actually still in there that's in the program, and they're just waiting to hear any more information. They don't know anything either.
Gotcha. Okay. So still waiting on information is what we're hearing.
All right, Maggie, thanks so much for that update, and continue to gather more information there. You're doing a great job.
Thank you.
Let us know what you hear. Thanks so much, Maggie. Okay, so that is Maggie. She is on the scene of the Amnicola Highway campus of Chattanooga State Community College. We are being told that police will give us an update soon, and we'll be able to bring you more information, hopefully, when that happens. We're going to take a short pause here to see how we can bring that to you and let you watch some of the video from the campus from a little bit earlier.
It's inside.
Okay, Hamilton County officials are giving an update right now. It looks like the fastest way to get that to you is to let you listen to the audio here. So I'm going to turn this up on my computer and let
We
you
do
guys
have
hear
Chattanooga Fire Department that's on the scene as well. We have had reports of a possible gas leak. Right now, our top priority is to make sure that the scene is safe before we also, we had have no reports of any additional injuries.
to the Amy Maxwell.
We have had many
Said
calls
no reports of
from
injuries.
parents' concerns about county schools. Are they at a threat? Do we need to go on lockdown? Steve Doremus with with the county school system had said that they had potentially put Hardy School under brief lockdown, but they are not on lockdown anymore, only because they were near the area. As of right now, Steve Doremus has reported that there are no county schools are on lockdown at this time. Nicola Highway, as you can see, remains to be open, both directions. And that's where we are right now. So that just gives you a brief update. This is a continuing and process situation. So right now, our top priority is to assist Chattanooga State and get the scene safe and back to a sense of normalcy. When we get more additional information to confirm whether this is a real credible threat or not, we will let you know as soon as possible. And at this time, do we have any questions from anybody?
Yeah, Fox News.
Hold on just a second. I'll get you next. Go ahead.
Have there been any credible reports of shots being fired at anyone last week?
Chief Summers?
So no, there hasn't been. So we have not found. We have been there since almost the discovery of the incident or the call that came in. We had many law enforcement officers already on campus there at the time when it came in. So we had an immediate reaction. We have seen or heard no gunfire. We have encountered no suspect physically or victims either way.
So you're listening to the audio of the media availability, and if you just caught that, they have seen and heard no gunfire, no suspect, and no reports of injuries. So again, seen and heard no evidence of gunfire, of a suspect, or of injuries. Let's continue to listen, and this is one of the fire chiefs speaking.
What was the nature of the threat?
But the nature of the threat was a call about essentially it was a little confusing, but it came out as a potential kidnapping, maybe some information about guns being available or out there, and that's really how it came in. So.
Is there any threat to campus right now?
Well, we are still clearing the campus, so I wouldn't say that we have not cleared the scene yet. So, but we are working on it. We have come across no threat at this point. So.
Okay, hold on just a second. Let me get the gentleman on the phone. What's your question, sir?
I was going to ask the same question. What was the nature of the credible threat?
Okay, we really can't confirm just yet. We're still trying to obtain that information, but whether the call came in as credible or not, we're still working to confirm whether or not it's credible. But at this time, we take every single phone call important to us, and we treat it as real.
Have officers or deputies been to the origin of the call to investigate?
So
This is Chief Summers from Chattanooga Police Department.
Harry Summers, right. So that's a question I think that that probably can't answer right this minute.
Fair enough.
What's the most important thing?
So I just want to give you an update. We're listening to questions now from the crews that are there at the media press conference. Again, an update. They have seen no reports or they have not come across any suspect, any shots fired, or anyone hurt. They are still looking, though. But they believe it was some kind of initial call about a possible kidnapping. Again, no one hurt at this time, no suspect that they've come across, and they do not have any evidence of actual shots fired at this moment. Let's listen back in.
What we're even looking at right now.
So to just reiterate what Chief Summers says is they have many police services that are on foot, that are securing the scene, actually going outside of the Chattanooga State area as well, which is River Park area. And nothing has been reported yet that is considered a credible threat. So, but as far as the Chattanooga State, it continues to be on lockdown and will remain on lockdown until they have confirmed that everything has been cleared by every single building of every single room. So we will continue. As I said, Amnicola Highway is free to move about. The only thing is any students, if they're trying to get into the college or try to college, they're not able to do that at this time.
Chief Summers, are you able to kind of go into depth as what divisions of CPD are in there working right now?
I would just say we had a good large number of people already on campus who responded immediately. So, and that wasn't just CPD, but there were a number of other law enforcement groups that were there, including our federal partners. So.
Anything else?
Yeah, I was gonna. I think you kind of answer this. Was this trending potentially toward a situation compared to last year with the potential hoax? But furthermore, of all the school threat arrests we've seen in the last week or two, just kind of how much does that raise the urgency of responding to this particular threat?
Well, I can speak on behalf of the Emergency Operations Center. We have so many agencies that are here in support for Chattanooga State. We also have the FBI is here. They are helping with this investigation to help to see whether or not and confirm if this is a real credible threat or if it is a hoax. So it's still too early to confirm that, but as soon as we can confirm that we don't have a credible threat to Chattanooga State, we are continuing to treat this as real.
I also noticed there were some card buses stationed across
Yes.
the street as well. So
Yes.
is that going to be for students, and where are they going to be taken to be reunited?
Right. So we have been informed that Chattanooga State does have card buses across the street from Amnicola Highway. Do you want to speak on that as far as for students?
So I think generally Chattanooga State has in its care hundreds of faculty and staff, thousands of students, including 3 high schools and 1 child care center. Grateful to the partners in law enforcement who are joining us to help keep our campus safe. We are waiting for the all clear, and we don't have that in this moment. So buses are staged should they be needed. And when our law enforcement say all clear, which we hope we hear very soon, then that is when we will lift the lockdown. Until then, any faculty and staff and students on our campus, if you are experiencing a medical crisis in this moment, please call 911.
Anything else?
And how will parents learn? Like once that we'll go out retirement alert when the lockdown's lifted?
Correct. We will use our Tiger Alert for that update. Absolutely.
Everybody good? And if we have any updates, we will come right back out here and let you know. Okay? Great. Thank you very much. Appreciate it. Thanks. Bye.
Okay, so thanks for sticking with us through that. And we had to do it that way just to get you the information as quickly as we could. That was an update from Hamilton County 911, as well as the Chattanooga Fire Department and Chattanooga State. The most important info that you need to know right now, they have not come across any active shooter. They have not come across anyone with injuries, and they have not come across any suspect at this point. They are still sweeping the campus, but at this point, they do not know that any of those things have actually occurred. So they had a credible threat. They shut down campus. They asked students to shelter in place and basically lock down, but they have not encountered anything that says to them that anything criminal or dangerous has happened. So that's important to note at this time. We're looking at our web story right here, and I do want to see if we can just get you some pictures of the scene from a little bit earlier that we can switch to here. So there's some Chattanooga Fire Department trucks there. Again, the main entrance of the campus. We were speaking to some parents who were speaking to their children inside. So we're going to try to get the actual video of that press conference back up so we can re-roll it to you again. Give us just a second and we'll try to get that up to you as soon as we can. Okay, so let's talk about what we know here. Almost 2 hours after the situation began at Chattanooga State Community College on Amnicola, you can see here this is not a live picture. This is a picture from several or almost 2 hours ago when this began. So again, this is not a live look at campus, but it is a look at a previous law enforcement response there. We just had an update from Chattanooga Fire Chief Harry Summers and Amy Maxwell, who's a coordinator with EMA there, the Emergency Management Agency. They said they have not come across anyone that's injured. They have not come across any actual suspect or any actual evidence of any shots fired. So that is about the good news that we know in this situation so far. Students are still not being let off of campus as they continue to sweep the campus there. So again, this is a former shot of what's happening. We are about to do News Channel 9 midday in about 20 minutes. And so at that point, we'll let this live feed go and let you go and watch our newscast. But we will have another live look, hopefully from the campus in just a few minutes. Again, most of our information coming from Chattanooga State Community College. We have not yet heard from Chattanooga Police in this situation, but Amy Maxwell giving that update on behalf of emergency management agencies at this point. We spoke to Maggie Weaver, who was on the scene as parents gathered across the street from this situation and got together and worried about their kids, waited for word on what would happen. Some parents had just dropped their kids off at the campus and then had left there wondering when they got that alert, and they stopped to see what information they could get. So we're telling students at the beginning to shelter down in place and lock down, and they continue to sweep the campus is the last that we've heard from there. We do have our live look from the campus back up, so I want to give you a chance to look at that. Again, this is the entrance of Chattanooga State. They have not shut down Amnicola Highway. That has been open the whole time, but the campus, they are still not letting anyone come over on it now. So We are going to leave you with this live look for just a second. Okay, I want to come back on here and give you another update of what we know. We don't have anything new from that presser, but we do want to recap it for you. You can see there we've put it in a graphic for you to make it real clear and easy to understand because we've been waiting on this information for quite some time. So we're going on the 2-hour mark waiting for information about what's going on at Chattanooga State Community College. And here's what we know. Emergency management and the fire department and police just gave an update not long ago to tell us there was a credible threat. It apparently came in tied to some sort of possible kidnapping call, but they were not able to find anything on campus that led them to believe that shots were fired. They have not found a suspect right now. They also have not found any victims or any reports of any actual injuries. Why the lockdown continues, we're getting, comments from Chat State students. We're still here on lockdown, but they're saying they haven't found anything. Why is that? They are still sweeping the building. So that is why the lockdown continues, and local and federal agencies are still reporting there and investigating. We saw a very large police presence there today, and we don't have all the answers, but we do have at least this point that they don't believe, from what the initial sweep has shown, that there is anyone injured or that they have a suspect that they've identified yet. So that is what we know. It is not all the information we hope to learn today. And I do want to let you know what we're going to be doing here in just a few moments. We're going to be switching to let you watch our reporter live shots from our News Channel 9 midday newscast here on the Stream Center. So we're hopeful that the audio goes over and lets you listen live. This is the News Channel 9 Stream Center, lets us bring things to you as they are actually happening. But sometimes as we work to bring you those, we have to work out the kinks in audio and in some things like that as well. So again, good information to hear from them that at least at this point, they haven't found anyone that's been injured. They haven't seen any evidence of any actual shots fired. So we are still looking live at the Chattanooga State campus, where they do not let anyone enter right now. We do know there's a large group of students and parents gathered in the gas station across Amnicola Highway, waiting to be reunited with their students that are on campus that have been going through the sweep and have been asked to shelter in place at that time. So in just a few moments, News Channel 9 Midday will begin, and we'll bring that to you as
we've encountered.
Okay, we told you we were going to try to bring you that, but unfortunately the sound share isn't working, as some of our commenters are letting us know. So you can see here that our crews are reporting. I'm going to try one thing with our microphone and see if we can bring it to you this way.
Potential kidnapping with some information about guns being available, but at this time, the threat itself is not discernibly clear. They still do need to do an investigation into what that meant. But as of now, they're saying that there is no danger for anyone outside of the campus, and so far have not found any danger on that campus itself. We'll let you know when more information becomes available. Reporting in Chattanooga, I'm Mary Beth Mangrum, News Channel 9.
Mary Beth, thank you. Now, so far, we've learned that no shots were fired, no suspect was found, and there were also no victims. And law enforcement is currently doing a sweep of the area. Now, we want to check in with Maggie Weaver, who is also currently on scene. She spoke to parents and students about the situation. Now, Maggie, what did they tell you?
Hannah, thank you. For the past 2 hours, I've been standing here right across the street from the entrance of Chattanooga State with some concerned parents. Now, I can tell you right now, police officers have just come across the street. As you can see, this group of families gathered here. Lots of these people very concerned about their families, their students that have been inside of Chattanooga State on this lockdown over the past 2 hours. I have spoken to quite a few of these parents who, of course, are concerned. Some of them telling me that their students were, of course, safe, but they were being able to FaceTime them and get updates from speakers inside of the college. I can also tell you that I've seen some very kind things happen out here today, despite all of the chaos. We've seen, it's very hot, I can tell you that one thing is, and we've actually seen a lot of these parents, despite their concern, running to go buy waters for these other parents who are sitting out here in the heat, just waiting on some answers. And it does, of course, like I said, look like they are about to be getting some answers. So we're hoping to go talk with police in just a moment about that. Again, parents very concerned. You can see that the entrance here behind me still blocked off to Chattanooga State. They're not letting any cars in that area. But of course, we will continue to keep everyone updated. I've also talked to some of the classmates, people that were in the parking lot that actually said that they were scared getting a text message saying that there was a credible threat, as police have called it. And so they were able to eventually leave the campus through a side entrance just a little further down Amnicola. Of course, those fears still there, but they are glad that they are safe and do have some communication that they told me that they had with those classmates that were still inside the building. Again, police are updating families right here, right beside me. And of course, we will continue to keep you updated. Hannah.
Thank you so much, Maggie. And we'll continue to follow the situation as details continue to unfold. You can depend on us to keep you updated right here and online at newschannel9.com. And coming up, if you're looking to get financial aid, you might experience glitches in the application process. What officials say they're doing to fix the problem when we return.
So that was our update on News Channel 9 Midday. You heard from both of our reporters, Mary Beth Mangrum and Maggie Weaver, with information from that press conference, as well as you saw live there, police coming over and updating the parents that had gathered across the street. For now, we're going to let you watch a few minutes of that live look there, and we'll come back in just a few moments. So I want to come back on here and show you or talk to you about what you're seeing live on our air here. This is our live camera from the scene where you're seeing police speak to those concerned parents that have gathered across the street from Chattanooga State Community College. They are updating them on the current situation. A lot of those parents have questions about when they can see their students again. And that is what you are seeing. Some of them waited more than 2 hours for this. So that is the live video that you're seeing right now. And we're about to have another update from one of our reporters in the field. We'll bring that to you as soon as we
threat. Now, we first received information about the situation shortly before 10 this morning, and around that time, that's when students say they received an alert from school officials telling them to get indoors as soon as possible and to lock their doors. Now, since then, the campus has been placed on lockdown. News Channel 9's Maggie Weaver joins us live now from Chat State. Hey, Maggie, it's now been more than 2 hours since the situation began, and law enforcement confirmed no threat was found.
Hannah, I do have an update for you about this. So right now, we actually just got done talking with a police officer that was talking to parents that were gathered here across the street from Chattanooga State. That police officer tells us a couple of things. First of all, the FBI is here right now. He did mention something about this being something that affects people nationwide. We're not exactly sure. We're going to ask for some clarity on that at this moment. We also do know that those students are in the process right now of being let out of those classrooms. They're doing their final sweeps here as we're talking. It does appear right across the street from me, as I'm looking to my right, that there are buses that possibly will be taking students from the campus away from campus. We're not exactly sure of that at this moment, but they are staged here in a way that does look like that will happen. We also know, and we can see right here behind me too, that officers are currently trying to direct some traffic. Lots of concerned parents here in the parking lot across the street. And so, of course, we will continue to keep you updated on all of those things right now. Of course, we are reaching out to CPD for clarity on some of those answers. Hannah.
Thank you so much, Maggie. And of course, throughout the day, we'll continue to follow the ongoing situation. We have reached out to law enforcement for more details, and we'll continue to keep you updated as we learn more. Now, Vice President Kamala Harris and her running mate, Minnesota Governor Tim Walz.
Okay, so I want to go over a little bit about what we just learned from Maggie there, and then go back to some of the sound from the presser that we missed a little bit earlier. So they are telling parents that they're doing their final sweep there of the Chattanooga State Community College campus, and they are expecting that students will be released soon. Parents have been waiting there for hours and talking to their kids on the phone, but not being able to see them there. So let's go back now to the beginning of that newscast that we have to be able to show you some of that sound from the law enforcement there.
Good afternoon. I'm Hannah Ferreira. Thanks for joining us this mid with breaking news on the campus of Chattanooga State Community College, where there is heavy law enforcement presence. Now let's take a look at video captured by our crew on scene. We received information that area law enforcement is responding to what they call a credible threat. Now, a spokesperson for the school says the campus is currently on lockdown. Now, News Channel 9's Mary Beth Mangrum just spoke with law enforcement and has details on what led to all of this. Mary Beth.
Yeah, Hannah, we just got an update from officials here at the Hamilton County Emergency Communications Center. They tell us that all of this started at Chattanooga State at 9:45 whenever they received a phone call that was a credible threat. After that happened, Chattanooga State sent out text alerts through their Tiger Alert system at 9:52. 2 of those alerts were sent out. And then after that, there was an emergency notification sent out from the Office of Emergency Management here in Hamilton County. We also learned that there were several departments who responded or were already on Chattanooga State's campus. That includes the Chattanooga State Campus Police, Hamilton County Sheriff's Office, Chattanooga Police Department, as well as the Hamilton County Park Rangers. Now, the FBI is also assisting in this investigation as they work to determine threat. They've begun to sweep each building, every door, every single building on that campus, even into the Riverwalk, to make sure that there is no credible threat before they lift this lockdown. And students will remain on lockdown even after it's cleared. They will stay there until it's completely safe. The Hamilton County Office of Emergency Management reported a possible gas leak, but right now, again, their priority is safety. So Chattanooga Fire is staging right now and will then go in after that threat is assessed to see if there is a gas leak. And the biggest thing that we learned is that there is no injuries that have been reported. No reports of gunfire have been made on the campus. Hamilton County EMS did treat 2 people for anxiety-related concerns, but again, no injuries.
At 9:45 a.m., we received a credible threat at the Chattanooga State's main campus located on Amnicola Highway. At 9:52 a.m., Chattanooga State sent out a release, I should say a text message that put Chattanooga State on lockdown.
We have seen or heard no gunfire. We've encountered no suspect physically or victims.
Now, Hannah, we asked about the nature of that credible threat that they received, and Chattanooga Police Department Interim Chief Jerry Summers told us he described it as a potential kidnapping with some information about guns being available, but at this time, the threat itself is not discernibly clear. They still do need to do an investigation into what that meant, but as of now, they're saying that there is no danger for anyone outside of the campus, and so far have not found any danger on that campus itself. We'll let you know when more information becomes available. Reporting in Chattanooga, I'm Mary Beth Mangrum, News Channel 9.
Mary Beth, thank you. Now, so far, we've learned that no shots were fired, no suspect was found, and there were also no victims, and law enforcement is currently doing a sweep of the area. Now, we want to check in with Maggie Weaver, who is also currently on scene. She spoke to parents and students about the situation. Now, Maggie, what did they tell you?
Hannah, thank you. For the past 2 hours, I've been standing here right across the street from the entrance of Chattanooga State with some concerned parents. Now, I can tell you right now, just come across the street. As you can see, this group of families gathered here. Lots of these people very concerned about their families, their students that have been inside of Chattanooga State on this lockdown over the past 2 hours. I have spoken to quite a few of these parents who, of course, are concerned. Some of them telling me that their students were, of course, safe, but they were being able to FaceTime them and get updates from speakers inside of the college. I can also tell you that I've seen some very kind things happen out here today, despite all of the chaos. We've seen, it's very hot, I can tell you that one thing is, and we've actually seen a lot of these parents, despite their concern, running to go buy waters for these other parents who are sitting out here in the heat, just waiting on some answers. And it does, of course, like I said, look like they are about to be getting some answers. So we're hoping to go talk with police in just a moment about that. Again, parents very concerned. You can see that the entrance here behind me still blocked off to Chattanooga State. They're not letting any cars in that area. But of course, we will continue to keep everyone updated. I've also talked to some of the classmates, people that were in the parking lot that actually said that they were scared getting a text message saying that there was a credible threat, as police have called it. And so they were able to eventually leave the campus through a side entrance just a little further down Amnicola. Of course, those fears still there, but they are glad that they are safe and do have some communication that they told me that they had with those classmates that were still inside the building. Again, police are updating families right here, right beside me, and of course we will continue to keep you updated. Hannah.
Thank you so much, Maggie, and we'll continue to follow the situation as details continue to unfold.
I'm going to come back on here and let you know what we're about to hear. One of our crews was on the scene there at Chat State where a lot of concerned parents had gathered. And as police came over and were giving parents information, this is what they were telling them. So we want to let you listen to that right now.
So earlier this morning, we got a call that there was a gas leak, probably a man with a gun, a variety of different threats that caused us to respond, you know, with a lot of folks, a lot of officers. The phone that was used is from one of the, like it's like an IP type phone where you can't really pinpoint its location, and so we didn't have any evidence that the person was actually there. So everything we've been doing is precautionary. So these buildings are really large. We recognize there's a lot of students, but we've got the president there, we've got the Chattanooga State Chief of Police there. They've wanted us to go ahead and make sure that all these buildings are clear and free of danger. Then the fire department wanted to do a secondary sweep with to test for gas and things like that, since that was one of the threats. This is a hoax that's been going on throughout the nation. This is not something that's exclusive to Chattanooga. It's definitely a pain, and it's a pain for us, it's a pain for you guys. Appreciate everyone's patience while we try to figure out, you know, kind of where we are, so we can take a breath for a second and come over and give you guys some information. So we have set up a family reunification area, and it is at the Herbert Fry. It's at the Herbert Fry Center, which is behind the Naval Reserve Center. So if you go up the street here and you turn right into the river park, look for Herbert Fry. We're going to have some buses there. Those buses are going to go there. You guys can be able to sit in the air conditioning, and then when the students come out, that's where they're going to go.
So that had some really important information in it. This is the first time we're hearing the word hoax. This Chattanooga police officer using it when speaking to parents, sounding a little bit different from the public update that they gave at the press conference. So I want to let you listen to this police officer, who's again a Chattanooga police officer, as he was speaking to parents. Let's listen one more time to what he had to say.
So earlier this morning, we got a call that there was a gas leak, probably a man with a gun, a variety of different threats that caused us to respond, you know, with a lot of folks, a lot of officers. The phone that was used is from one of the, like it's like an IP type phone where you can't really pinpoint its location, and so we didn't have any evidence that the person was actually there. So everything we've been doing is precautionary. So these buildings are really large. We recognize there's a lot of students, but we've got the president there, we've got the Chattanooga State Chief of Police there. They've wanted us to go ahead and make sure that all these buildings are clear and free of danger. Then the fire department wanted to do a secondary sweep with to test for gas and things like that, since that was one of the threats. This is a hoax that's been going on throughout the nation. This is not something that's exclusive to Chattanooga. It's definitely a pain, and it's a pain for us, it's a pain for you guys. Appreciate everyone's patience while we try to figure out, you know, kind of where we are, so we can take a breath for a second and come over and give you guys some information. So we have set up a family reunification area, and it is at the Herbert Fry. It's at the Herbert Fry Center, which is behind the Naval Reserve Center. So if you go up the street here and you turn right into the river park, look for Herbert Fry. We're going to have some buses there. Those buses are going to go there. You guys can be able to sit in the air conditioning, and then when the students come out, that's where they're going to go.
Okay, so what we learned from that officer, again, someone on the scene that was talking to parents, they are going to take students when they release them, which we have been told that they are doing their final sweep right now. They are going to take them to the Herbert Fry Center. That is going to be the Family Reunification Center. And so as they get this all wrapped up and continue to do those last sweeps, that is where we can anticipate that the Chat State students are going to go. I'm just looking at the Herbert Fry Center for us here on a map to give you a little bit better idea of it is. It is in the Tennessee River Park. Let's just see if we can get a clear look at where that is for you, for those people that want to go there. Okay, so again, the good news is we learn and hear a little bit more from police. They have not found any evidence that shots were fired at this point. They have not found any evidence that anyone was hurt, and they have not found a suspect. We did hear from him that there was an IP type of phone that was used to call in whatever initial phone call was made to make them think it was a credible threat. And those IP phones can't pinpoint, police can't pinpoint a location on those, so they weren't sure where that call was coming from. And so they said something similar to everything we have been doing here today is precautionary. So this is our first look here at something that, or our first bigger idea that this is being called, at least by that one officer, what he said, a hoax that's been going on across the nation. And so, there we go. Just trying to find that address of that reunification point for you guys with the Herbert Fry Center in the Tennessee River Park. So an IP phone call made this credible threat. Earlier in the press conference, they said part of the threat, there could have a possible kidnapping was mentioned. That was one of the reasons that they wanted to check this out very thoroughly. Again, when they made those sweeps, they asked students to lock down, shut their doors, stay inside, and they have not found in those initial sweeps any suspects, any evidence of shot fired, or anyone that has been injured. So we are going to, we have crews going to the Herbert Fry Center now. We still have crews, as you can see, on the Chattanooga State Community Campus, and we're going to keep bringing you information as it comes into the news. Okay, guys, great news to tell you about. We just got word from the Chattanooga State Community College Facebook page. They're saying we can confirm the campus is safe, but everyone should continue to shelter in place until lockdown is officially lifted. Again, we can confirm that campus is safe. Great news now from Chattanooga State Community College as we go on almost 3 hours of this lockdown this morning on the campus on Amnicola Highway. A credible threat, what police called in this morning. The first alert going out to students at 9:52, telling them to shelter in place, go inside, lock the doors. And initially, we had a huge police presence there. One officer, when he was talking to parents who were concerned and gathered across the street, they were calling it a hoax that is going on across the nation. He said it was called in by an IP type phone, so they had problems tracing where that call came from, which gave them cause for concern. One reason why they made this such a massive lockdown. Again, just hearing in just the last few seconds from Chattanooga State that the campus is safe. Students, though, have not all been let out as they continue to let that lockdown be officially lifted by people there. We have lots of students there in the comments telling us that they are hungry. They can't leave where they are to go to the restroom, and they're hoping that this ends soon. And that is good news for them, as well as all those parents and people that have loved ones, knowing that indeed nothing has happened on that campus today. This was all, as one officer called, just a precautionary measure, a large one at that, and one that was very disruptive to the campus there. But now they have done their due diligence and are able to tell people that there is nothing there to be of concern for both students and their parents. So we will bring this, keep this up live just a little bit longer so that everyone that has been following this situation can get this news and know that campus is safe. And when we get any more information about what this threat was, what was actually called in, and if they found anybody at the other end of that phone call, we'll bring it to you now. Once again, great news to share with you. Almost 3 hours after this lockdown began, all students, staff, and anyone on Chattanooga Community Campus College is safe at this hour. Okay, we're going to come back on here. As you can see, the live shot there at the top of your screen. Law enforcement, some law enforcement, fire trucks, and other people leaving campus as they have been given the all clear that campus is safe. Some students, though, still there as they continue that final lockdown and get ready to take students from there to the Herbert Fry Center over in Tennessee River Park to be reunited with parents if they were maybe dropped off that morning or don't have a car of their own. News Channel 9's Maggie Weaver, that's where we her at the Herbert Fry Center. Maggie, has anyone showed up there yet to be reunited with students or parents?
So, Latricia, right now, I'm seeing lots of parents. You can see behind me, not quite as many as we saw earlier, and maybe that's because of cars, those kinds of things. But right now, they're still waiting on those students. So I did just speak to a parent who said that he will not feel better until he has his student wrapped in his arms. And that is completely understandable for a lot of parents. So that's what they're waiting for. They're very anxious waiting for that, but we have not seen any students dropped this way just yet. So we will continue to ask questions about that and keep you updated.
And Maggie, were you near any of those parents when the all clear that everything was safe was given?
I was, and I think that there's still a lot of questions, and so those parents are still, trying to figure out. They're feeling just a little bit confused, but ultimately so relieved to hear from their students that they are safe, from their children, and so that is the biggest thing right now is they're waiting on that reunion. Definitely a little bit of relief, but definitely still a lot of questions still.
All right, Maggie, thanks so much. Again, the Herbert Fry Center in the Tennessee River Park, that's where you are, and we're being told that's where students will be brought, correct?
That's exactly right. Police actually came over from Chattanooga State, drove across the street where all the parents were waiting, and kind of had a mini get-together where an officer did tell us a few bits of information. Some of that involved the FBI being there, that students were safe, that there were no injuries reported, no gunshots were heard. And so, of course, still asking some of those questions about, what exactly was this threat, as was in quotes by the police office earlier today. And of course, continuing to ask those questions as these parents are waiting for their kids to come out.
Of course, Maggie, thanks for that coverage there. And we know you'll stay there and continue helping those parents get some answers.
That's right. Thank you, Latricia.
Okay, thank you. Again, as we wrap up this almost 3-hour-long coverage here from the News Channel 9 Stream Center, we can see the fire trucks leaving the Chattanooga State Community College campus as the college there says that everyone has been confirmed safe, campus is safe, and students will soon be reunited with their parents. We're waiting to hear more information about this credible threat that sparked this all at about 9:50 this morning and brought a huge law enforcement response there to the campus off Amnicola Highway. Thanks so much for joining us here. We tried to keep you updated as best as we could as new information came into our newsroom, and we'll continue to do so here on social media and on News Channel 9 tonight, beginning at 5. Thanks everyone so much.